Welcome back, everybody. I was recently scrolling around through eBay and I came across this tool lot that said Oddball Tools. I looked through it. There was a number of items that I recognized and a few that I didn't, so I might need some help identifying some of these tools. I paid $32.69 to the door. If I remember, there's about 25 tools in here, so about $1.50 a tool. So let's take a look. Okay, the first tool out of the box is labeled McCulloch. It's a file. I believe this is going to be a chainsaw chain file. Next up is something I don't recognize. It says Tech Imports Stickleback. Never seen something like this before. This end is almost like a drill bit, and then it goes into like a round rasp. It's probably about a foot long. So yeah, I'm not sure what purpose this is for. I mean, I get it. It's for like making a hole, or maybe in drywall, or making a hole a little bigger than what it is. I'm not sure, but feel free to drop it in the comments if you know like what specific purpose that tool serves. Next tool up is a Superior Tool Proline PO plug wrench. So this is for holding the your drain basket for installation and removal. Not sure I have one of these. I probably do, but I'm going to keep that one around. Hopefully I'll remember I have it when I need it. I don't know if you guys have that same problem of having tools and then when you need them, you forgot that you had them or forgot where you put them. Alright, so this one's kind of interesting. I've never seen a sliding T-bevel before. This one is branded by Twix. So I don't know if the T on the end here, once it's flush, it makes a perfect or close to perfect 90. But yeah, definitely an interesting tool. Another tool I'll keep. This next one up, I believe, is what most people would call a jab saw. This one says it's made by Allway Manufacturing in New York. Here's an interesting wrench. It says special, and then it's branded by Armstrong. And on the back, it says gas weld RP77. So best guess is this would be for like a torch kit. Maybe it would be for like tightening up lines, torch handles, and something to do with adjusting the bottle. Just a guess. Seems like it makes sense. Unique wrench. I don't think I've ever had one of these. This next tool is stamped everywhere. It says malleable iron. Then it says ISL Chain Plier. Then on the inside, it says OP, I believe, Schreiber. And then stamped the same on the opposite side. So, I mean, it's calling it a chain plier. Guessing it has something to do with link removal and installation. This is the reason why I bought the lot, just because it had a lot of stuff that was just a little different. Stuff I didn't have, stuff I didn't know what it was. And it's always kind of fun to explore new tools that you don't know and kind of educate yourself on all the other tools that are out there. Next wrench out of there is, I believe, CTK, not GTK. It says CTK Manufacturing. It's SP60. It's like a straight one on one side and then a deep offset on the other. I'm not seeing any sizes on either side. I believe the size on the right is a little bigger than the one on the left. I don't know if this is just for like one purpose, like it was for adjusting something on some piece of equipment, or if this actually came as like a set with more sizes. But yeah, and again, something I don't think I've ever had. Next up, this thread file is branded New Tricks. I've seen I think one called New Thread before, and this one is stamped Reef Nester. It's always good to have some thread files around. It's one of those things you hope you don't need, but you're glad you have it. Next out of that box is a very nice set of slip joint pliers. I'd say this is about a 10-inch long pair of pliers. Looks like the name of the tool is Palmer Wellocht Tool Corporation. But very nice pliers, very good condition. Definitely a keeper. Also in that box is this Fisker's ratcheting screwdriver. I believe Fisker's was once, or still is, headquartered not too far from here. I'm near Madison, Wisconsin. Still has both of the bits in the handle. Then also has one already in the tool. Very good condition. Obviously still works fine. Then we have a Lennox. It's like a little hacksaw. I would say the blade's about 7-8 inches, very narrow. I'll keep this one as well. You just never know when you might need something like that, and hate to have to go buy one. Next up is a Durochrome. I believe it says 4490. It's a refrigerator wrench. Well, a refrigerator ratchet, I should say. I've had refrigerator ratchets before. I'm not too sure that they've had selectors. I think usually they've just been flip. But this one actually has a selector to go forward and reverse. That'll be a keeper. I sort of collect ratchets. Got them all sitting in a box. One day I'll put them in a proper place. And then we have this Becker's Ringer pliers. I believe that would be for hog rings, which I might actually need. I'm probably going to have to reupholster a seat in my C10, and it's going to be using those hog rings, so this will be a keeper. Here's another strange one. I can't quite make out the letters. I don't know if it's ACR. Not 100% sure. It's like a 8-point double square type end on it, and then has a little adjuster. So it's like an adjustable square wrench, I guess. I'm gonna guess this was used for, you know, a certain type of job, and not just a wrench somebody would have in their toolbox for square nuts. But I could be wrong. Let me know if you know what it's for. What's nice is, you know, these are oddball tools. It's kind of a random lot, but most of them are pretty quality tools. Most of them made in the USA. This is a made in the USA Her brand. It's number 182. This is a drum brake, like spring pliers, I believe. Then we have this 3/4 by 1 inch. This is a Durochrome. I think Duro would eventually become Indestro. It's a 12-point flare nut wrench, line wrench. We have an old Sears brand wire stripper, wire crimper. Now, many times the Sears branded tools were not made in the USA, at least the ones I come across. But this is actually a USA made wire crimper tool. Okay, here's a real interesting one. I did not realize what this was. When I bought this lot, I wasn't, you know, looking over everything real close. I can't quite make out what it says here. I think it says Joline or J-O-line. I could be wrong on that one. But then I see, well, first of all, I realize it's, okay, it's a 1/4 inch drive. Well, at least I think it's 1/4 inch and not like a 9/32. But it's actually ratcheting, which is kind of crazy. And then on the back here, it says US torque settings. I think it says 25 pounds, maybe. Oh, inch pounds. Is it 25 inch pounds even? So maybe this only tightens things to that level. But yeah, I've never seen a tool like this before. Very cool. So if you know anything about that one, please drop it in the comments. Next out of the box, we have a lever wrench made by the Leverage Tool Company. Somebody's trying to reinvent the vice grips, but yeah, I've got a couple of these. I've never really used them. I don't know how good they are, but I usually go for the vice grips. But this one's in pretty nice shape, so I'll keep that one. This next one up was another tool that I saw in there that I thought was worth buying. It's a number 312 chain wrench, Speedy, Chicago Specialty Manufacturing. Very nice condition chain wrench. So here's one I don't know. It says Gold Nugget. And on this side it says AW Co. Tools. These are the ends on it. It almost looks like little mini spanner wrenches. So if you know what that one's for, please drop it in the comments. Next up is a spanner wrench by Chicago Specialty. And my best guess is this may go with that plug wrench. I'm not saying that it's all it's used for, but I'm going to guess this is maybe also for a sink drain basket. And the last thing out of the box is this American pipe tool. It says Chicago on one side. Obviously it's a wrench, but I'm going to guess it's for something more specific, like possibly a water on-off, shut-off type wrench or something like that. Obviously something with a bigger fitting. But if you know the purpose of this wrench, please drop it in the comments. Honestly, it was kind of fun to look through some tools that I wasn't sure what they were, or something I didn't have already. A lot of the tools I buy I already have or had or have 5 of or whatever. But that's going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.